Hello and good morning. I have a lot of energy today. I'm not gonna lie, I've been sick for the past week or so, and I finally am starting to feel like myself today. So what you're gonna see is some energy today. And you also might notice that I am trying to play around with different places in my apartment to film, and I have a new lighting setup, which is why you are seeing this beautiful light shine on my face. It's actually not new, but it's something that my husband and I have had because we got these big, beautiful lights when we were filming our podcast. Now, we haven't filmed a podcast in, I don't know, since the beginning of January, which is sad. Hopefully we'll get back into it. But we have these lights that are just collecting dust right now in our apartment. And so I thought, why don't I use those and experiment? Every time I make a video, I try to do something a little different, whether that's playing around with editing, adding words, trying to change the color a little bit, which I'm still experimenting with. I'm trying to do new things every time to see how I can make my videos better and better. I am so grateful for everybody who has watched my videos, subscribed, and liked everything. I'm so grateful. I didn't know if anybody would watch my videos, so it's really exciting. In this video, I'm gonna show you what I eat in a day. I love to watch these videos. I feel like I get a lot of inspiration as far as what to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe even dessert. And I love finding new recipes. I actually really enjoy cooking. I used to not enjoy it, and then I started to find recipes that were manageable for me, easy, and I just kind of fell into loving cooking. I am working from home today, so you're gonna kind of see what I eat when I am working from home. Hopefully, it'll give you some inspiration for what you can cook next. So come with me. Now, I want a better one of these, but I haven't found one yet. So if you have a recommendation, let me know, because I don't want this plastic one. I'd rather have something that's metal. So if you know of a good one, tell me. I now have my double shot of espresso here. It's nice and frothy, and I love this cup because it can really hold the espresso shot. The other cup that I have actually is this cup, which is a little Le Creuset espresso cup. Abe actually has one too in red. He got me this, I think, for Christmas this past year. I love this cup. This cup is really good for a single shot, I will say. But when it comes to a double shot, it actually will almost, it doesn't overflow as long as you're careful, but it almost overflows at the top. And so that's why when I do a double shot, I like to use this cup. And we got these from World Market. I know I've used it in a video prior, but these are so great for espresso. My husband actually really likes to use these just to drink a little tea or have some espresso. So this is my favorite cup. Now I'm gonna assemble my iced coffee. That is how I typically drink my coffee at home. I don't know, it tastes better. I've tried the milk frothing. I have that option actually on my espresso machine, And I need to get better at that and maybe practice and maybe watch some videos on how to actually do the frothing properly. I can do it, but I feel like it just doesn't taste right and I can't figure out why. Maybe I'm doing too much milk. Maybe I'm over frothing it, if that's something that can be done. But either way, I need to practice a little bit more when it comes to the frothing. So let's put my ice drink together. I now have my coffee for the morning. I love drinking this out of a mason jar. It's just very aesthetically pleasing and I feel it's very Pacific Northwest of me to do this. One time I saw a girl walking and she was getting out of her car, probably after work or something, and she had her little mason jar with her water in it and she was drinking it going to an elevator. And I thought, oh my gosh, she looks so cute. You know, just something about having your drink in glass is very classy and very cute. So coffee is done. It actually tastes amazing. If I want a little extra something, sometimes I'll put a little bit of caramel sauce in here. I actually don't have any more. I just ran out, so I'll have to go to the store later or tomorrow to go get some more, but I'll put a little bit of that in, or sometimes vanilla syrup in. I also have hazelnut syrup. So I have some options here in the morning, and it's really nice to just screw on the lid and take this when I'm going places. So typically when I make my tomato toasts, I like to have a layer of mayo, very light, and then I put on arugula, and then the tomato, do a little bit of salt and pepper, garlic powder, and then put some balsamic glaze on it, or balsamic vinaigrette, whatever I have. And today I don't have arugula, so we're just gonna forget that piece, but I'm gonna assemble it together kind of similarly. And this, I now have my delicious breakfast ready. Got my coffee and also got my little toasts. Unfortunately, my toast fell as I was trying to show you in the last clip. I remade it. One of them fell and fell apart. So I'm gonna take a bite. It's just good. Like, it tastes light. It's savory. I just love it. You can add whatever you want to this. I love toasts that are customizable. You can put avocado on this. You can put onion. Whatever you want. I'm gonna enjoy this before I start working and get into my day. And I will see you at lunchtime. It is lunchtime, my friends. And for lunch today, I'm lucky because I have leftovers from dinner last night. I'm always so happy when that happens, so that I don't have to figure out another meal to cook. For lunch today, since I'm kind of tight on time, ended up having like a training to do that I thought was much later and it was much earlier. So things got changed, but that is okay. It's now the afternoon and I am going to eat one of my mason jar meals. So at my place, we like to put our leftovers in these mason jars. And what's really nice is it just helps kind of like portion out the food and make it so that you don't have to figure out like, oh, what container am I gonna put this in? As soon as we're done cooking and we're done eating for the night or for the day or whatever, we'll put it in here, and then it's just easy to grab and go, take with us. Sometimes when we go on like little day trips, we'll bring our little mason jar meals with us. But in this, I actually have some paella. It's actually some vegetarian paella that I made last night. Actually, Abe, my husband, he got the ingredients for the paella and then was kind of tired, and I had gotten home and offered to make it. So we have this. I am going to pour it out into a bowl and then heat it up, and then I will talk to you about what's in it. Here is my paella from the Nora Cooks website. I absolutely love her recipes, and my husband has started getting into them as well. They taste good, they're really easy, don't have a lot of ingredients, and I love something that is quick. So in this paella is actually rice, green beans, what else? You can see the green beans kind of here, but rice, green beans, lima beans, garlic, paprika, salt, and it calls for veggie broth and saffron. We didn't have saffron, so we just skipped that, which I do sometimes in meals, it's fine. And then, what else was I gonna say? Oh, I just feel like it took a lot longer to cook. Also for veggie broth, we only had, we didn't have the regular, boxed veggie broth that you buy at the store. We actually had vegetable bouillon. So I used that instead. So we have a mushroom one and a garlic based one. So use the garlic based one because we're already using garlic in the recipe. But I absolutely love having leftovers. And let me get you a good little piece here. The lima beans, which is not, here's the paella. The lima beans, which is not something, I actually don't even know if I've ever eaten lima beans. I'm sure I have, but they're so soft and good. I'm like, I should eat lima beans more often. Since this has been sitting in the fridge, and maybe, after it was sitting yesterday, it's actually so much softer. Some of the rice was so hard and I kept dumping in water and it just kept staying hard. But yeah, this is pretty good. I probably won't eat all of this, and I might put some of it back into the mason jar because I'm not super hungry right now. I'm gonna chow down on this, and then I gotta get back to what I was doing previously. I am curious to know, what do other people eat for lunch? What do you eat for breakfast? What do you eat for dinner? What are your go-to meals? If you've gotten this far in the video, tell me down in the comments, because I'd be curious to know what other people are eating and if they have other good ideas. Here is the paella I've been eating. So good. Let's make some pizza. I just grabbed our recipe book. This binder contains all of the recipes so far that Abe and I love. These are usually ones that we like to make over and over and over again. And the pizza dough recipe that I'm going to use is in this binder. Now, what we have in here is actually some of it's recipes that we've printed online, some of it's recipes that have been shared with us, and then some are ones that we've written down that we've just kind of figured out, or maybe we've altered them a little bit. So this is the Holy Grail binder with the good recipes in it. I need to look through this and find the pizza dough recipe. Outside of that, I don't need a recipe for the rest of what I put on the pizza because it's really customizable. I'm gonna find the recipe and then we'll get started. The dough typically has to rise for about 30 minutes. So what I do is I will make 1 or 2 batches, let it rise for 30 minutes, do something else in the meantime, and then I will show you what it's like to put on all the toppings, put in the pizza stone into the oven, and make really good pizza. It is now the end of the evening. I ate some of the pizza that I made. It was delicious. It was so good. I'm very happy that I made that. I've been wanting to make it now for like a couple weeks. I hope that you gain some inspiration from this video, some new foods to try. Maybe you want to try making your own pizza or your own tomato toast, whatever it is. Hopefully it gave you some ideas for what foods you can make in the future that are actually pretty easy and customizable. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next week. Bye.